Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed about the control charts and Six Sigma methodologies. Then, what are the methodologies what we have applied in the Six Sigma principles is DCA, DMA, IC. So, define, measure, analysis, and improve and control the Six Sigma principle. The mainly we are using the Six Sigma principle for the application of getting the 100% defect free products. Then after that we have the topic called control charts. In 1920 the Walther proposed the content of the control charts, and the control charts are divided to two types. One is variable for variables and for attributes. So in the last class, for variables, again classification to mean, range, S charts. So in this class we are discussing about the content called control charts for attributes. So what are the control charts we are having? That is, it is quite difficult to represent the quality of the features, and at the same time to get up the good quality products, or by inspecting the products and categorizing into conformity or non-conformity. That means whether it is good or bad. Simply we can say good or bad, or pass or fail, or whether it is defective or non-defective. So like that here, by choosing the attributes, we are finally getting the relation as two things. One is good or bad, whether it is fail or pass. Like that we will choose the product as defective or non-defective. Then the control charts for attributes were helping the determining whether the item is or according to the standardized or not, within the control of standardization or not. That is will be discussed in the control charts for attributes. Then these attributes are classified to two types. One is number of one is number of defective charts, and the second one is charts for defects. These are the two varieties. Okay, then coming to first content, the number of defective charts. The number of defective charts are further classified to two models. One is P chart and NP chart. So control charts are classified to two things. One is as per variables and as per attributes. For variables we are categorized three things: mean, range, S, or simply X or S, X chart or R chart, S charts for standard variables. Again, the attributes are also classified to two things. One is depending on the number of defective charts, depending on the number of defective charts, and charts for defects. These are the two varieties. And coming under the number of defective charts, again classified to two things. One is NP chart and P chart. So let us here discussing the P chart. The P chart is one type of attribute control chart which helps the firm to exercise control over the percentage or proportionate of defective items per sample. So here we are calculating the percentage of failure. Already we know that the attributes related to pass or fail. So in P charts we are calculating the, or we are segregating the pass percentage or fail percentage of items per sample or per a batch. So in a batch we are calculating that how many products, how many percentage of products, or how many percentage of items are failed, or how many percentage of items are pass. Okay, that percentage will be calculated here. So the P chart is one type of attribute chart, attribute control chart, which helps the firm to exercise control over the percentage or proportionate. How much of portion or how much of proportion is defective or non-defective. Then these charts are also called control charts for fraction non-conforming. These charts are also known as control charts for fraction non-conforming. And at the same time, a firm makes use of P charts when the size of subgroups is not equal. So if the subgroups may not be equal, we will go for the P chart type. Okay. Then the upper control and the lower control. So we know the central line, above the central line, that is upper control UCL, and below the control line, that is uh, LCL, that is the lower control limits. Okay, these formulas of value of getting the things called UCL is equals to P bar plus 3 sigma. So these are the formulas. Upper control limit and lower control limits of P charts are calculated with this. One is UCL is equals to P bar plus 3 sigma. LCL is equals to, that is lower control limit, is equals to P bar minus 3 sigma. These are the two formulas. Okay, these are all very easily to be uh, remembering that. Then next content is NP chart. The NP chart is another type of control attribute control chart, and it is applied when the size of the sample is constant and the size of subgroup is equal. So when the subgroup size is not equal, we will go for P chart. When the subgroup size is equal or constant, we will go for NP chart. So this is the only the difference, but these two are coming under attributes chart. Okay, then the upper control samely, the upper control limit and lower control limit of these charts will be calculated using the formula called UCL is equals to NP bar three root of NP bar minus P bar. So this is the formula. At the same time, LCL, that is lower control limit, is equals to NP bar minus 3 into root of NP bar into 1 minus P bar. This is the only the values of control charts for attributes regarding number of defective charts. Then charts for defects, that is the another model, charts for defects. The charts for defects will helps in identifying the defects in an item. So these charts for defects means we are preparing the chart based on the number of defects are in the item. Suppose if you choose an item, there in the quality cell, how many defects are presented in the item. So if it is defect free, so finally what we are going to do, the thing is defect free items to the customers. So in order to achieve that, before going to the market, we are checking out that whether the item is defect free or not. So for that, here we are simply identifying the how many number of defects are presented in the item. So if it is 0, then it will be go for the market or packing. So with these charts, the quality assurance personal determination the number of items in a chart. So we are in the personally take care of the item to identify how many number of defects are presented in the item. Then these are also called two types of varieties. One is C charts and M charts. Likely, the defective charts, number of defective charts as divided to two things, P chart and NP chart, like that. These charts for defects are also divided to or classified to two varieties. One is C chart and M chart. Then let's go with the C chart. The C charts are the control charts. C charts are the control charts for determining defects, which helps the firm in reducing the defects per unit. So C for control, easy to remember. C charts means control charts to finally identifying or determining the number of defects, which reducing the defects for the unit. So these charts are mainly used in manufacturing and inspection processes or any organizations also. So C charts will helps to determine the percentage of reductioning in the defects per unit. These are used mainly in the manufacturing and inspectioning processes. So finally, the upper critical point or upper control limit and lower control limit of C charts will be calculated with the formula as UCL equal to C bar plus 3 root of C bar, and LCL is equals to C bar minus 3 root of C bar. Next, M charts. So M charts is, these are mainly for non-conformity for items. That means whether the product is conformed, that means without any defects. Previously, how many defectives are presented in the item, and at the same time here in the M charts we are calculating the so the M charts are mainly used for determining the non-conformities. So non-conformity means the conformatives will be the final object which is confirmed in the quality cell, or otherwise non-conformities, that means the defective items will be calculated. So we can choose the charts for effective item and at the same time defective item. So conformative items will be segregated by using the C charts, and M charts non-conformative items will be identified. So the upper control limit and the lower control limit of these charts will be calculated using formula UCL is equals to mu bar plus 3 into square root of mu bar by n into I. N means, N of I means number of inspection units. At the same time, mu bar is equals to total non-conformatives in K subgroups by total number of inspection items, that is called mu bar. So, and at the same time LCL is equals to mu bar minus 3 into square root of mu bar minus n of I, where n means number of inspection units. Then coming to next one, MRP. MRP, it is a very important topic related to the 2 marks and at the same time 5 marks also. The MRP means material requirement planning. Material requirement planning. Simply we can say how much of material is to required for doing the production without any delay. So it is a technique for determining the quantity and timing for acquisition the production. So MRP will refers the basic calculation used to determine the components required from end item requirement. So what is the output? We know that, but what is the input and how much of quantity is to be required of the input. So these basic calculations will be done in the MRP. It is also refers to the border information system that uses the dependence relation to plan and control manufacturing operations. So every that is the MRP will give a border relations, that means that clean information system for the dependent. So what are the dependable items for the production, those are all comes under the MRP only. So and it is a one of the technique for acquisition of these dependent demand items need to satisfy the MPS system. MPS means master production schedule. So MRP is materials that are required for the production of an item, but MPS means one item may not be the same for another production. So if you are doing the production for n items, n items means n different items. Let us consider either in a plant we are producing a different one or two items. Let us consider a pen, a pencil, a chalk. Let us consider these three are the different variety outputs, but the materials required for the pen, pencil, chalk, these may be the different, but the output is these three items you need to produce in a single unit. So for individually we are calculating the MRP, and for all the three items